Cool J is hard as hell. Battle anybody, I don't care. You LL Cool J is hard as LL Cool J is hard as LL Cool J is hard as LL Cool J. Cool J. Hard as hell. Battle anybody, I don't care. You LL Cool J is hard as hell. Battle anybody, I don't care. You excel. They all
Big Spanish DJ Enuff National DJ Day. I'm here with the legendary DJ Scratch.
What's happening,
my
man?
co-worker.
Yes, sir.
Over at WBLS.
Yes, sir.
107.5 in NYC. Just to be clear. Real quick, man. When did you fall in love with DJing?
I fell in love with DJing like in the early 70s.
Mm-hmm.
The older cats in my neighborhood and my older brothers were DJs as well. So the first time I went outside to a block party, my brother took me outside to a block party, and I seen the way the DJ had so much power over the crowd, so much control just by playing records. It bugged me out. I'm like, I want to do that.
You want to do that?
Yeah.
First time going out on tour with anybody, who were you with, and do you remember that tour?
The first time I went on tour was actually by myself.
Really?
Yeah. I won this DJ contest at the skating rink in Queens called United States of America.
USA, United States of
USA.
Yep. Uh-huh.
And, I won a DJ contest there, and they sent me out. They had different locations all over the country, so that was my first time going on an actual tour.
That's amazing. What are some of the advantages or disadvantages of the young DJ today learning, trying to be a DJ just like yourself?
The advantages is they didn't have to buy records like how we did.
Right.
That's the major advantage. The disadvantage is they didn't have to buy records like how we did. When you hear older DJ, a veteran DJ, they play different. So for example, we might not play the record at a particular point where everybody else does, because we know the record.
Right.
We know the entire record. You know,
Right.
DJs now, they don't listen to a whole record.
Right.
If you listen to the radio, the record doesn't play.
Right.
Not sometimes
Only
not even to the
portions,
second.
right.
Right. Just a portion. So.
We've lived with it.
Right.
So even if they wanted to, it would take them years to actually sit and listen and educate themselves
Right.
with the music. Wow.
And that's what we did.
Yeah, of
That's
course.
what we did.
Of
you know.
course. I mean, it's crazy. I'm considered a veteran DJ myself, and I'm still learning every single day when it comes
Absolutely.
to DJing.
Same here.
If it's a documentary, if it's you showing me a trick, if it's a record that I didn't know maybe somebody sampled, or, you know, that to me is always the incredible part about DJing. Like, we still learning. You know, this is not a young man's game or an old man's game. This is for who wants it.
Right. Music is endless, man.
Exactly.
Music is endless. So.
Exactly. What was the first record you ever spun in the club or on the radio? You remember?
In a club, I can't remember the first record I ever spun. It might have been the first record I ever owned, Dance the Drums Beat. It might have been the first record I ever spun.
I'll take that.
Yeah, I think mine
Mine was I think Set It Off by Strafe. Prior to that, I was always borrowing records or taking records from, you know, collection from different people's collections. Like,
Right.
my aunt didn't want her records no more. My uncle didn't want his records anymore. So
That's
I had
how
a
we all
nice
did it.
so I had a nice array of great records, but to actually go to the store and purchase something that I wanted, I think it was like Set It Off or something like that, a Rock and Soul or
Yeah.
something like that. How has the DJ world changed from what it was to what it is now?
Yeah, the DJ game became partitioned. You know, from me DJing in the late '70s to now. Back then, you was just a DJ. There wasn't a house DJ, EDM DJ, a turntablist, a club DJ, a radio DJ. It was just a DJ. A DJ did everything. You played all types of music. That was just your job. And then as time went by, it became partitioned. So now there's turntablists, the dudes that just scratch and cut. And then there's the radio DJ who just does that. And then the club DJ who just does that. And the EDM DJ who just does that. So that's what
But
happened.
I think it's part of evolution, right? Isn't that what happened with rock and roll? Isn't that what happened with hip hop? It all got partitioned too.
Right.
Kind of, technically. It just basically grew branches.
But the musicians still played.
That's it.
They still played the same instrument.
That's true. What are some techniques, traits every DJ must have to be great and successful?
To be able to read a room, most importantly, because if you play in one club on Monday and killed it, and you come back in that same club on Tuesday, it might be the same crowd as well, but their mood might be different. So the main thing is to read the room, look up. A lot of DJs don't look up because they just into what they're doing. Look up and see if people are dancing, if they're enjoying themselves. So you might throw on a record that worked last night, might clear the floor
Today.
the next night. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So just read the room. That's most important.
Who was the DJ that DJ Scratch was like, I want to do this?
Grandmaster Flash.
100%.
Grandmaster Flash.
I got it. Tell me why.
Listening to the tapes, you know, the cats from around my way in Brooklyn, they would go uptown and record the joints and come back and spread them around. And I would listen to the tapes. And my mother had these records, my brothers had these records, but I never heard anybody play these records and that short part of the break continuously going. And then you hearing somebody scratching and cutting, because there was no visual back then. It was just all you just listening to these tapes. So when I had got my hand on Catch a Groove by the group Juice,
Nah.
I'm listening to it and I'm like, okay, the break is kind of long on there, but it doesn't keep going. And then I listen to the tape and I'm like, yo, he's actually doing that with 2 records.
Because before that, we were talking about it earlier. We used to drop needle.
Right.
I remember specifically lifting the record up and then trying to loop.
Right, to keep
trying
it going.
loop it,
right,
just
that's
to
how I
keep
used
it
to do
going.
on my mother's component set.
Right.
But it wasn't like that. You know what I mean? Like you hearing it. So I'm like, yo, he's doing that with 2 turntables. So
That's crazy. That's amazing.
that was why, because he was manipulating records that like I've never heard before.
You've seen it from us looping music, playing vinyl, the format changed to CDs. We are now on laptops, the software programs. We talked about different mixers, and
Right.
there's people who are doing the video mixing thing. Where is in 2025, in 2030, 2040, what is the DJ doing? What do you think the future of DJing is?
Technical wise, I think the future is like somebody might just be thinking of a song and then it just pops up on the record. Because this was even, like if you said this was gonna happen in the future 20 years ago,
Right.
you'd be like, get out of here.
Yeah.
You know?
Crazy.
So I think honestly, like I think this is where it is right now, how it's gonna be, like as far as the DJ, because now the DJ can be his own star without an artist. And
It's
for
back
a
to
long
that.
time,
For a long
right?
time.
For a long time, it wasn't that. You couldn't go anywhere as a DJ unless you was attached to an artist. You know what I'm saying? So now we can travel all over the world without an artist. We can put out music without an artist. And perfect example are the EDM cats. And people will be like, yo, the EDM DJs, yo, they whack, they don't do nothing. What people fail to realize about EDM DJs is that they're not DJs, they're artists.
Right.
Because a DJ plays everybody's music.
They're playing their own
They're
music.
playing their own music. They only on stage playing their own the music that they make.
Their songs,
That's an
their
artist.
remixes, their everything.
That's an artist.
And that's
Like-
what they get paid for.
Like
Afro
Jay-Z's
jazz,
not going on stage performing Mobb Deep songs.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So these guys are playing their own music. So now, it just shows you the level you can go to if you get in that mind frame. Because
it.
hip hop DJs can do the same thing. You know what I'm saying? And I've been on that for a long time. Like for 20 years, I've been on my own, touring the world just as an artist.
Because you're a star.
And stadium without an artist. So it's at that plateau right now. So it's just like the capabilities is just, the sky's the limit right now.